EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Cleveland. J.J. Nelson now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Big 13. Big 13. Here we go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to Mixon on second down. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. And you definitely don't say it to the media.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 36, Burrow. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. On third down, Burrow. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland.
Hey, take 26.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Rodgers throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Hey, take 26.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing. We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw at Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Walker. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Devin Singletary, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the lead.
So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think you earned himself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2 or your number 3 running backs. You want him to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On second down, it's McCoy, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away.
Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Landry, agile footwork. Jukes by again. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They'll run with Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? They'll try the right side with McCoy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle there by John Johnson.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Burrow's throw taken in there by Crowder.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. A first throw for the backup, Griffin.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Griffin. Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Burrow will throw.
And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 4.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rodgers. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And oh, he coughed it up, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half.
Ready?
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This is caught, it's Boyd.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Play action, it's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. 33 yards that time.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards won't be enough here as how to bring up 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Von Bell up to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play, because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And that'll be incomplete.
Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a fourth down. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Mixon is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their...
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one and will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Swinging this out for Pollard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Chubb again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And Burrow going to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
46 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Now Joe Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Second and 8 coming up.
Now Burrow.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now it's Burrow. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands? And off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. And they go play action now. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time. of the shotgun. It's McCoy. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This is Tony Pollard.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On third down, Burrow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Over the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And what a return as he brings those all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Easy.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Where were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, a victory in Week 18 gives him a final mark of 13.